The sanguine sky blinded the liminal boundary of reality's ephemeral filter. The dark days had just begun, and tiny shards of Mascovium hailed from the heavens horizon, raining down like shattered stars. Shadows and sunlight flickered like a malfunctioning movie projector, while bus-sized icebergs hovered briefly before plunging earthward. The entire world was unraveling. This was, after all, what Sam had wished for, wasn't it? In point of fact, if facts even existed in a world of mere interpretations, Sam had poured all his cathartic faith into this moment, yearning to witness its ultimate collapse. He had worked tirelessly toward this end. Now, massive giants emerged from the trenches of the Pacific. Some strode with steps spanning half a mile, while others flew or levitated alongside, powered by psychokinetic abilities encased in shimmering spheres of their own creation. They were beyond counting, morphologically shifting, disappearing, and reappearing in successive moments, like echoes of a fractured cosmos. Horns bellowed hauntingly, and thunder rolled in waves across the valleys and hills, an orchestral dirge for the end of all things. There was no escape, no release from the arcane mystery of yore that now consumed reality's scope. I was there, tucked near the observatory, smoking a Marlboro cigarette I had saved for this very occasion. Leaning back against the plastic grille of a muscle car, more relic than machine, I mused on the irony of it all. Technology had been our first and final arrest, gifting us ideas and abilities that we were never meant to wield. Hubris had led us here. Each test of temerity failed spectacularly, time and again. If any of us, myself included, survived, it would be a hollow victory. We would be left only with barbarity and the abandonment of what had once been divine intervention. Knowing was never enough. Proof was meaningless without the weight of the unknown. The only true currency left was the exchange with that elusive visitor, the flicker. A quantum transaction shrouded in sacrifice and faith, a mystery to which no answer would ever come. I didn't even smoke. The act was a self-destructive encapsulation of the awe and dread that now defined these fleeting moments. To my left sat my mortal antithesis, Tim, a brother from the dark side of an uncommon world. Despite the gulf between us, we shared this moment, this strange convergence. Somehow, through sweat, anguish, and morsels of sacred universal truth, I had pieced it all together. Each door had opened just a crack, granting me a gnosis few would care to possess. After all, once you truly knew, what could you do with that knowledge? This was the end of all things, deterministic and irreversible, now hanging on a wire between Tim and me. I glanced to my left. There he was, just feet away. The closer the giants approached, the greener the hue of the transient light, the more sinister its touch. His reality was different from mine. Yet here we both sat, smoking cigarettes from the same pack, lit by the same lighter tucked in my right jacket pocket. The days seemed to shrink with every deliberate stride the giants took, their immense forms stepping into and behind the harbor floor. Tim and I exhaled in unison, as if rehearsing for this final act. Then the first giant's foot struck the ground with an alarming fury, a clash that brewed mind-bending chaos. Heroes and gods vaporized into earthquakes, rolling lightning wrapped in deafening thunder. Gone were the days of men. Forfeited was their cause. Evil and self-assuming, reveling in superfluous indulgent chatter, we would be the last to be erased, vaporized. The floodwaters, bound deep within the earth, surged forth, clashing with collapsing electromagnetic belts. Reality itself tore apart, fluxing, folding, and recombining into nothingness. The looping cycles of flat time finally came to an end, and with it, so did we.